What's going on, guys? Welcome back in the channel. I'm going to apologize if I sound tired. I actually just woke up a little bit ago, but we're going to go ahead and jump into our Week 5 game here against the Lions in the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise on Madden 21. The reason that it's been a little while since we've had one of these episodes is essentially just because of the fact that we were on a bye week in Week 4, and so we have since had to just pass some time waiting for other people's games to be played, and we're up to Week 5 now. So the division stands as follows going into Week 5. Well, really Week 6, because some of these games have been played already. The Bengals are sitting at 3-1, the Browns and the Ravens sitting at 1-3. So things are looking positive for us, but we have some important competition coming up with our Week 6 and Week 7 games, because those are very much going to shape the rest of the way the season is going to look for this division. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game. I'm just getting my computer ready now. So let's go ahead and jump into this game. The Lions are 1-2, so I don't really know what to expect out of them. I mean, they're only a 79 overall. I can't imagine them giving us too much trouble or anything of that nature, but you know, it could be problematic for us. We're gonna go with the block letters here at home. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with the alternate classic uniforms. I think they're a pretty sleek look, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. Jumping into this game, I don't really think that there's too much to update you guys on. I believe it was over the bye week we had a little bit of opportunity to work on some contract negotiations with the team, and we did manage to extend TJ Watt for 6 years, $145 million or something right around there. I don't have the exact number off the top of my head, but we did manage to keep TJ Watt around for the long term. We're waiting right now to negotiate with some veterans until the off season, because once their regression hits, their contract values or what they're asking for will probably go down a bit. So we're going to go ahead and wait on guys like JJ Watt, who's up for negotiation because he's asking for quite a bit, and we might not be able to bring him back at all. And then we have Pouncey, DeCastro, Eric Ebron, Steven Nelson, I believe. We have a whole bunch of guys up for renegotiation this year, and that could be potentially troubling for us. So we're waiting a little bit on some of those veteran contracts and hoping that we can get their value to go down a little bit so that we can sign them for a little bit better of a team-friendly contract. With that being said, we get the opening kickoff here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to come out here with Ben Roethlisberger and see how things shape up early on in what I don't think is going to be that tough of a matchup. I don't predict this being that great of a game, but you might as well stick around just to see what happens, and you know, any given Sunday this could turn into a good game. We've had quite a few surprising games, I think, here in this series, you know, even dating back to last season. So we are going to come out here and pass on the first drive. We're going to do a nice little pass to Claypool, and Claypool drops that. We do have 3 big injuries. I guess that is worth updating you guys on, and I think you guys have probably seen those in our different games. So Tuitt, Okorafor, Watt, those guys are all injured coming into today's game, and injured for a couple of weeks still. Eric Ebron wide open over the middle. A lot of these guys I absolutely do want to return to the team next season, but I think part of it is also going to depend on what happens with Ben Roethlisberger, because there's been a lot of talk through their careers that if Ben Roethlisberger retired, especially if they won a Super Bowl, which we did in this franchise, if Ben Roethlisberger won a Super Bowl, then Maurkice Pouncey might retire with him, some of the other veterans might retire with him, or things of that nature. So, you know, I'm not going to say that those guys are necessarily going to retire, because I do feel pretty confident in saying that Ben, at this point in the franchise, is going to retire at the end of this season. But you know, you never know what could happen, and that decision on whether he could retire or not is going to influence, you know, how things play out with our re-signings and whatnot. I don't think I would feel comfortable extending a guy like a Pouncey or somebody long-term if I know that Ben has retired, is kind of what I'm getting at, because some of those veterans should kind of go on their way at the same time, I guess is what I should say. So definitely a lot of decisions to be made in the off season, and they're going to be dependent on how this season goes and what happens with our veterans like Ben Roethlisberger. Obviously, we want the rookie quarterback, Trey Lance, to get as much playing time as he can in the near future. He has looked positive in his recent playing time, and I would really like for him to take over next season. I think that would be the most smooth transition we could possibly have. So very much looking forward to him being able to take over. And, you know, to be quite honest with you, even if he were to potentially not retire, you could, Ben not retiring, you could even probably predict that his overall would go down far enough that Trey Lance would be a higher overall than him. They're going to tell us to go for it here on 4th and inches, and we're definitely going to take that opportunity. It's just dependent on how I want to get this first down. I think a halfback dive should do the trick here. That's a big injury for the defense for the Lions, Deshaun Hand being one of their better, if not best, defensive linemen, so that helps us for sure early on in the game. And I apologize if I was rambling too much for you guys early on in this one, but just a few things that I think that are worth having a conversation about, and you know, turned out to be a little bit more of an interesting topic of discussion than I might have realized. So looks like we're going to be able to get a score on this drive. We just got to not turn the ball over. We have taken it down to the 15-yard line, and we're moving the ball pretty well. I could run this play, but I don't know how much I like it. I think that the seam is going to be open there, though, for Claypool, so I think I'm just going to run this play and put Claypool on a streak. He's not open, but I think Deontay Johnson's going to get that catch, and he does. That'll take us down to the 7. And I think another quick pitch might not be too bad, although they're giving us inside spacing, so I'm going to go with the inside zone, and hopefully we can get some half-decent blocks. I know that my team has a tendency to struggle to block on those plays, but we do get down to the 1. I thought Connor might be able to reach in for that. He's not going to get it, but we are going to try to power it up here on the 1-yard line to try and finish off this touchdown. Connor able to get in. They say he reached across the line. I'll take that all day long. James Conner with another Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown gives us an early 7-0 lead on a very dominant, I guess you could say dominant, first quarter opening drive. Always like to see a score on the opening drive, and so we're going to get to see a little bit of the Lions and what they have to offer here early on. I don't know what their offense is going to look like, because I think this is my first time facing them in the franchise. I know that in the past I have had trouble going up against the Panthers, the Lions, and but that's usually they draft a quarterback to replace Stafford, and so that might not happen for another year. I don't know how Stafford is going to play this year against me. Decent stats on the season: 5 touchdowns to 1 interception, a handful of yards, and a pretty good completion percentage, over 70%. Alright, on defense, I would like to come out in some more base type of formations early on, but I don't know that they're going to offer it for us. Yeah, we just don't have access to all of the base formations. I guess I could say that this game could end up being a little bit more of a close game than you might expect, because when you look at our defensive line, we are running with a lot of injuries. So, you know, we talked about Tuitt and J.J. Watt being out. That's troublesome for us, because that is both of our defensive end positions, so we are running with 2 backups, and T.J. Watt should have gotten an interception there, unfortunately unable to come up with that pick. But, you know, we have Rasheem Green, who I really don't want to have starting, but we also have Alex Highsmith. So, you know, I don't mind getting Alex Highsmith playing time. I think that this is actually kind of going to be a good transition for him, as I just whiff on a sack pretty horribly there. Bud Dupree should have had another one on the season. But a quick little completion, not going to do a whole lot for, and actually I'm going to have to adjust that coverage. I'm not going to get it off in time, and I'm going to do a horrible job of tackling there. and they're going to get the ball down to the 13-yard line. So a nice catch and run, and a broken tackle there by, I have no clue who number 85 is, to be honest with you guys. I don't know if that's Amendola, maybe? And I tried to get up there for an interception animation, but Justin Lane had his back turned. That's going to be a nice catch by Cephas, I think that said. Young wide receiver for the Lions. They're going to tie it up 7-7 with 1:23 left in the first quarter. So, honestly, an impressive drive by the Lions. I don't know if you could say it's an impressive drive by them or just too many mistakes on my part. I am a little bit sleepy, but you know, I'm going to wake up as this game progresses here. Just came back from dinner, and to be quite honest with you guys, I sat down on the couch, my back was hurting, and I just crashed. I actually meant to get this played slightly earlier, and you know, took that nap. So Anthony McFarland going to get a nice rush there. 4 rushes for 24 yards for him. So this looks like it could be a pretty good day for him. We're going to go with this halfback power. Good blocking there by Watt. We were unable to get off that tackle, though, and get past that block. We'll take the first down, though. James Conner having a decent day. He did score that touchdown for us. The workhorse back getting in the reps that he needs to get in. Eric Ebron did a pretty poor job there of blocking the linebacker. I believe that was, I don't know who that was. I was going to say Gerard Davis, but I don't think that's who that was. We're going to be looking for a couple of receivers here could potentially be open. I honestly am debating, yeah, I'm just going to put Juju on a nice little slant because I think he's going to be open in the middle. Good catch by Juju, getting him involved. Oh, and I need to make sure that I get Juju involved during this game because he had a challenge for it. I could risk throwing it to square. And it's almost going to be intercepted. 3rd and 1 situation here. I think I might go for this because this is close to the 50-yard line. 4th and 1. We can scroll down and see if there are any half-decent options for us. It's going to give us a couple of like inside zones and whatnot. I don't mind the idea of doing just a halfback dive. Taking a little bit of a risk here early on. And so James Conner is going to get us quite more than enough for a first down. He picks up about 5 on that run. So a very solid run by him. And we're going to try to feed him one more time. Get him this halfback dive. Eric Ebron going to go down with an injury. All of these injuries as well are beginning to have implications on what we do in terms of contract re-signings, because we certainly have to consider the fact that some of these veteran players that are up for negotiations are tending to get injured more often than even the younger players. So you look at guys like J.J. Watt got an injury, and then you look there at that injury, and you know, you have to start to wonder, you know, what exactly value do these guys add to the team if they're going to be out for half of a season? You look at Ebron there. Ebron's going to be out for that game. And, you know, there are young guys behind them vying for playing time, especially Zach Gentry here. Zach Gentry is one that I want to get a lot of playing time, and James Conner just does not have that speed to break away from the defender. You know, with another halfback dive with Anthony McFarland. I'm gonna check pretty much every time for an audible for you know, the opportunity to get Juju open on a pass. Pretty much strictly because I have the challenge for this week that I need to get him the ball. I didn't actually select the challenge. This is just a quick tip for you guys. If you ever have a frustrated player, don't promise to get them the ball, because it'll give you morale for the rest of your teammates if you just flat out deny them, but you will still have the opportunity to successfully complete the challenge, and it doesn't negatively affect that player. So that's very important for you guys to know. You know, don't accept those challenges because it's just not going to benefit you. And Craig Gentry, I did it again. Zach Gentry catches that touchdown, showing why he's deserving playing time there at the tight end position. And I think he's actually sneaking up on Ebron for the number of touchdowns that he has this season and the number of receiving yards. Pittsburgh's going to take a 14-7 lead. 5:03 left in the second quarter. We're going to see what the defense can do here on their second attempt of the game. I obviously missed that pretty bad opportunity at well, I don't know if I'd say bad. I missed a good opportunity at a sack earlier on. We're going to put Bush. Good tackle by Minka. Gets the loss. That'll bring up a 2nd and 12 situation. And if we can get a good stop here, this could present a great opportunity for... We're not blitz Ulysses Gilbert, actually. Ulysses Gilbert is going to get the sack that we sent him on the blitz there. Fantastic sack by Gilbert. They're going to give a half of a sack to Hayward or whoever we were using there. And another good opportunity here. Antoine Brooks Jr. is in on the play. And TJ Watt is going to get the sack. That one was close to being a safety, but TJ Watt going to take him down at the 1 yard line, and we're going to force a tough punt. I think I go with the regular return because this is how I blocked punts before. I think we just, you know, being close to it, it presents the opportunity for a blocked punt. We don't really need to do the straight rush. Rondell Moore going to get a good opportunity at a return here. Holds onto the ball, takes us to the 40-yard line, so a very nice return for Rondell Moore. He had a lot of room to run and made good use of it. And we have the safety blitzing on the left side. I did not mean to do that, so we're actually going to reset the play. No, hold on. Reset. L2. And that gives us a false start. We probably deserved that. They were blitzing that safety, so essentially all I was trying to do was to audible, or rather adjust Juju to be on a in route. James Conner will make up that deficit. Halfback power G. I don't know if I like this. I think we're going to go with this. And I'm hoping that we can get some protection and I can find Juju open coming across the field. We are able to get him open. He gets close to the first down. But the important part is that I'm just simply getting Juju involved in the offense because I do want to meet that challenge if possible. I kind of like the idea of doing a curl over here on the left side with Juju. I really think that he'll be open depending on who drops back in coverage. There we go. Ah, what? I'm very confused on how that wasn't very easily a possession catch, but moving on. We're going to go for it here. We've been aggressive this game. No reason to stop now. James Conner will pick up that 4th down. That brings up the 2-minute warning. And we have quite a bit of football left here in this game, but we are looking to take a 2-possession lead going into half. Juju with another great catch on the sideline. Beats his man to the outside. Unable to beat his man up the sideline, though. I don't like the look of this one, but it looks like we're going to have to run it regardless. So let me see if I can maybe audible somebody. Can you redeem yourself, Juju? There you go. That's a nice possession catch. I don't know what the corner was doing, but Juju is going to get the touchdown for us. That brings him up to about 5 receptions on the day and a touchdown, so we are well on our way to accomplishing our goal of getting Juju involved in the offense. That'll give us a 2-touchdown lead here. And a minute 20 was it left? A minute 25 left in the second quarter. Dang, we keep getting close to getting to Stafford with Dupree, so I think that's going to be my user today, at least for the foreseeable future. For however many reps we can get here. Got a good hit stick off there with Terrell Edmonds. That should bring up a 3rd down, and they're going quick. They're going quick on us, so that could present some problems. They're going to find an open man, unable to force the incompletion there, but good quick tackle by the defense. They are looking to definitely cause some problems for us here before the end half. They're able to target the blitzing linebackers in the middle. Swift gets the reception. They have about 45 seconds left. Some of that clock is going to run, but if they play their cards correctly, they could certainly target the end zone here and honestly just get 7 points out of this, which would be huge for them. And Stafford does a horrible job of holding onto the ball too long. Justin Lane is going to get the sack, and they're going to be forced to take their final timeout. I don't know if they have the wind behind them enough to actually kick the field goal here from the 43-yard line. I apologize, but I really don't know who their kicker is. We have to audible to special teams because it's not going to call it for us. So we'll go field goal block. He has the leg, I think. No, it's going to come up just short. That does give us the ball with 2 seconds left here, though. So, personally speaking, I think it's worth taking a shot to the end zone. Is it going to give us a pass play to be able to do so? We're at the 50-yard line. I really, really believe that it's worth taking a shot. So let me pick a formation that gives us like a half-decent, ability to pass the football. And I could very well take a shot with this. I might be able to find somebody open on the ace post, but I don't know. I think it's better just to run the football. We're just going to go with the run, reset the playback, and pick up a few yards with Connor and take it to half. We have the lead. No need to take an unnecessary risk. Who knows? Our luck would be that person takes an interception back for a touchdown or something crazy like that. So at halftime, we do have that 2-touchdown lead, 21-7. This game is kind of playing out the way we expected it to be. The Lions aren't putting up a ton of a fight, to be honest with you, but they have shown some glimpses of productivity, and they, with a touchdown on this drive, they could really change the tide of the game. Stafford's going to come out, and he's going to be looking to get an early score here. A nice move by Cam Hayward, but a nice pass, quick pass by Stafford. Stafford's done a decent job so far of recognizing when the blitz is coming. I think that his only trouble has been there was one time where he held onto the ball, too long and caused them to basically get sacked out of field goal range. I don't like the cover 4. We're going to go cover 2 on this one instead. Good tackle by Bush. I think Swift might have reached for that first down enough. He did not. We're going to actually hit linebackers, blitz all, I think is the way to go here. Swift able to get the first down, but Ulysses Gilbert and Devin Bush combined for the tackle. They're going to keep the ball moving and essentially keep their hopes alive at this point. Swift doing a nice job here with the starting role. And Cam Hayward goes down. If Cam Hayward is out for an extended period of time, we're going to have to look to the open markets, whether it be free agents, and we really don't have the money for a free agent D lineman, or we're going to have to look for potentially a trade, because we are going to be really short on defensive linemen, and we're going to need to fill that spot. We will see soon if it is... We will see very soon if it is a long-term injury or not. Defense does a good job of getting a stop there. Shoulder strain, I'm not going to risk it. I don't know who's going to be in and playing for him. Isaiah Buggs, I guess. We're going to show blitz. It did a good job of bringing everybody into the box, but he is going to get the first down again. Hand Swift the ball, man. I mean, just keep giving this guy the ball, because he is making plays, and he is potentially going to be the one that could be a difference maker for them. Good job by Minka getting in there. We brought him down at the last minute, and he able to get into the backfield for another tackle for a loss. Minka doing a good job this game. Hasn't had as many interceptions this season as we would tend to like. Oh, broken tackle. Kenny Galladay, I believe that is. No, Marvin Jones Jr. I'm not totally familiar with the numbers of the receivers for the Lions. We're going to go with Dupree, because I feel like we are going to be able to get around the edge here. And that's going to be a jumped pass by Justin Lane. A nice job making up for that bad burn that he had earlier where they scored a touchdown on him. Justin Lane able to get a very nice interception jumping that route and getting the Steelers the ball back. And, I don't want to say locking up the game or anything like that, but we are getting close to that point. If we score another touchdown here, it's going to be almost impossible for this team to come back against us. Keep passing the ball to Juju. Juju does a nice job getting that reception. And if we score a touchdown on this drive, Trey Lance will be coming into the game, and you guys will get to see some more action from the rookie. I think regardless, I think it's safe to put him in the fourth quarter. I'd imagine we're at least going to get a field goal out of this drive, but we'll see how this plays out. Juju could be open here. Deontay Johnson could even be open. So could a variety of receivers. Oh, no, that's going to be picked off. Ben hit as he throws, and that is going to be the difference maker that the Lions needed. It absolutely is. An unfortunate series of events there. Ben Roethlisberger had Deontay Johnson down the sideline, gets hit as he throws, and a duck pass goes awry. And the Lions are able to capitalize, making this a 21-14 game. Only a 7-point lead for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so everything I just talked about potentially goes out the window with Trey Lance getting any playing time at all at this point. We will see. Rondale Moore takes it up to the 25-yard line. Halfback screen sounds pretty good. We haven't run a lot of these yet today. I think we ran one of them. Anthony McFarland able to outrun his man. Tries to get a juke off and unsuccessful with the juke, but gets a ton of yards on that play. Anthony McFarland, 2 receptions, 34 yards. Weird animation there. Anthony McFarland gets tripped up on the O-line. A beautiful catch by Deontay Johnson on the sideline. We threw it up, not in the most ideal spot, and he is able to come down with that one for a very nice catch. I'm honestly considering going with verticals here because I think we might be able to get Juju open on the outside. Can you make the aggressive catch? He's unable to. We can go slants Y stick and potentially get somebody open here. Connor going to go out to the edge. That'll stretch the defense a little bit. Juju just straight up stopped running his route. He very much could have beat that linebacker, but he just stopped running. Chase Claypool, Juju. I'm not sure I like the way Juju's running his route here, but circle wide open over the middle. Can't miss him. Chase Claypool, the big target over the middle. This is going to take us close to the fourth quarter. Ben's not going to get subbed out quite yet. I think Juju might be able to get open here. And Juju does. Does he make the possession catch? He does. That's going to be his second touchdown on the day. That's going to give us back the 2-touchdown lead. And depending on what the defense does here, I think that will determine whether Trey Lance comes in or not. With a 2-touchdown lead, if the defense can get the ball back for us, I think it would be relatively safe for us to put Trey Lance into the game. And they almost got a blocked extra point. Fourth quarter, Lions are going to get the ball. An attempt to make it yet again a 1-score lead. Ben Roethlisberger, I believe, throwing that interception was only his second interception on the season, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm almost positive that that is the case. These Lions receivers have been breaking all the tackles, and I mean, it really hasn't resulted in a ton of like offense or anything for them, but boy, have they been breaking a ton of tackles. Justin Lane coming off the edge almost gets his hand up in the passing lane to break that one up. We're gonna bring Minka over to his man and Minka's able to get the tackle there. We are working pretty hard on this left tackle. I mean, he has not been able to match up with Bud Dupree very well today, and I'm going to keep taking advantage of it. It's eventually going to lead to a sack. I was unable to get the hit stick off with Minka. Hawkinson is going to go down with an injury there, even though he's celebrating. Good plays all around, honestly, for this Lions team. I'm you know, thoroughly impressed with what they've been able to do. Ulysses Gilbert gets the tackle. Stafford, aside from the one interception, having a very productive day. Unable to switch on in time to get the hit stick. It's almost like not worth it for us to blitz at this point. Nobody's open. Who's going to get the sack? I believe that's going to be Lane, who was the blitzing corner. Lane's going to get his second sack on the day. Lane has been an absolute monster for us in the past season and a quarter, relatively speaking. Devin Bush able to get to the quarterback and force him to dump it underneath. I don't know if that was a design screenplay or not, but regardless, Terrell Edmonds is able to come up with the play there. We are going to just tell our guys to back off in coverage because they're going to have to go over the top here, and we're going to take that opportunity to blitz. That should be an interception for Minka, and it is a fantastic interception for him. He's going to do his best to bring it back as far as he can and get a really, really wonky animation there. That interception gives us some room. I think I feel pretty confident saying Trey Lance can come into the game at this point. As long as he doesn't make an interception, he'll stay into the game till pretty much the end. But, you know, if it becomes a desperate situation or something, we can put Ben back in. That interception was great by Minka. Honestly, the Lions were really pushing there and honestly getting into pretty good territory to make something happen, and They were just unable to capitalize. We're going to put Juju on a curl. Oh, man. And that's going to be an interception. Good job by the safety coming up and reading that play. Bad mistake on my part. I should have recognized that the safety was coming up to jump that. And we'll see what the defense can do. Growing pains for Trey Lance. We're trying to do a little too much with him, get a little too fancy. We need to just keep the passes simple, to be quite honest. Bud Dupree gets the sack, and it's going to be a strip fumble, and Alex Highsmith is going to come up with the recovery. And we immediately get the turnover right back. So, no harm, no foul, Trey Lance. Shake it off, keep moving, and keep progressing. 10 rushes, 48 yards for McFarland on the day. He added 30-ish on the ground so far, so doing really well, to be quite honest. And another interception. Really a fantastic jump by the cornerback there. I thought we were able to throw that ball outside and unable to. So I really need to make an adjustment to what Trey Lance can do, because Trey Lance does not throw the ball quite the same as Ben Roethlisberger does. TJ Watt almost able to get in and get the sack here. Luckily, these turnovers by Trey Lance haven't affected us really in any negative way whatsoever, because the Lions have been pretty bad on the past 2 drives. We are going to continue to give Trey Lance the ball, because at some point he's going to do something right. And realistically speaking, you can't put a lot of that blame on Trey Lance. That's me trying to make too much of a big boy throw to the outside with a player that's young. We should just be going over the middle if we are throwing the ball with him at all. We're going to go ahead and run the ball pretty much from here on out. And, if the opportunity presents itself to give him a couple more passing opportunities, we will. But we're not trying to get too crazy at this point. And we almost got another interception from Justin Lane. If he could have come up with that, that would have been a 2-sack, 2-interception day for Lane, which would just be absolutely off the charts. Incomplete pass to Hawkinson, or I don't know who that was. That was 86, not 88. Good batted pass by Steven Nelson. That's going to bring up 4th and 10, and I'm imagining they're going to go for it yet again. All things considered, it makes quite a bit of sense. And Steven Nelson just decides he's going to let his man walk into the end zone. So with that touchdown, the Lions close the gap to 1. 1 score, 7 points. 28-21. And they have all 3 timeouts left. So we need to play smart here on offense. No more taking these risks. They don't have to go for an onside kick, which is actually to our advantage, personally speaking, I think. Because this prevents them from really even having the opportunity to get the ball if we just do our jobs correctly. Halfback dive is the pretty straightforward way to go here. James Conner is going to break away, and I think he's going to get himself to the end zone. He might get caught here. He's not going to get caught. James Conner with a beautiful touchdown, able to just break through the middle and get untouched for 70 yards to the end zone to lock this game up. well, I say lock this game up, but I'll probably come out here again if I get the opportunity and try and throw the ball with Trey Lance and throw another pick. But awesome play by James Conner. 35-21 lead. The Lions just can't seem to catch up, and it's honestly, I would be a little bit embarrassed that even with Trey Lance coming in and throwing 2 picks, that the Lions weren't able to capitalize on that situation. We're going to try TJ Watt on this play. Another nice catch there. A host of Steelers are there to make that tackle. The Lions are really trying here, but I gotta say that their chances are dashed. He goes down inbounds instead of getting out of bounds. They are going to take another timeout, so they're going to give themselves an opportunity to score. If they can score here and get an onside kick, they do have a legit shot. They got to score quick here, though. They can't afford to throw anything to the middle of the field like that. They're going to have to take their next timeout. They do throw it to the middle of the field again, and that's going to do it. That'll run off the rest of the clock. So, yep, that does it. 35-21 win for the Steelers here in Week 5. Obviously, a lot of good things to build on there, and a couple of troubling things for the rookie Trey Lance, coming in and throwing a couple of interceptions. We're going to have to put in some work with him on the practice field, and as we continue to go forward and get him repetitions to just do our best to try and develop him and get used to his playing style. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, I do believe that he's going to take over next season, and that would be the natural progression of things. But, you know, if we're throwing bad passes with him and we can't really get a feel for how he plays, that could be a problem for us. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like and make sure that you guys comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and stick around for the next videos when they come out. Make sure you guys continue to follow the series. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys have a good night.